could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes. I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers. Karma, with your energy harness. If I'm back in the corner, I might get it clicking until I just feel a nirvana. I see blood in the water. I'm from the bottom, on treacherous timing. They'll pop your melon in front of those seeds over that beef and broccoli. He poked his chest, now he can't breathe over that ego popping. I put that glass on my wrist and went window shopping. Gotta sow your seeds, they wouldn't believe on all of the fruits that blossom. Got the enemy toppled, I got the energy turning like 20 more notches. I've been trusting the process, no other option really is bigger than me. Translation's way too weak. I've been dealing, building, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm out here stepping, repping, flow electric, time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching. God is beside us, still ride with a in the fleece, I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the higher. These ain't come from the cause, we different in breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers. I was stuck in the state of me trying to survive. I was ready to rise and ready to thrive and cut off the poisonous ties. Ain't no heart in the game, but even the courage we live in the Wizard of Oz. Get the money and change, we ruin the vibes and checking and jiving. In a turbulent time, and we need a spiritual teaching to keep us alive. No more selling us lies or selling beside me while the enemy hide. Yeah, I'm feeling a change in order. Treading dangerous waters, the demise of falsely idols. Get exposed to code and morals. Ooh. Pray for my enemies, I get the tendency, you kinda finicky, huh? Dot on his head, dot on his nose. Follow the lamb, don't follow the goat. Pray for the homie, he died from I've been dealing.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night primetime matchup between these Road Warriors and the Minnesota Vikings. Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Trick the Eagles! Trick the Eagles! Big hurt! Ready?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and's got us off and running.
Got it. Ready?
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Let's go now.
Taken in by Felton, left side. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of
Within 8 on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ready?
Here's
break.
1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19. Ready?
From the gun, it's again to Bigsby. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. And goes to the hurry up here.
15 yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Jumped off to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That play looked wide open.
Throwing off the play fake. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard
First down,
line.
play action. Has it down close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Complete to number 6.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. The defensive stand here, and they push him away from the goal line. That's back to the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Bronco 80. Check, 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 check. Ready?
Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. No problems on the extra point there. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All set to go now from the 35. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
On second down, here's Barkley. All right, short on marker for the moment, but they've got third and short coming up from their own 44.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Third and 1, here's Hurts. Caught by the rookie out of Cal. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
And it's third down.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Hauled in down the sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be first down, Houston. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, that's a run that's all hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Oh, and how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock. Not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
On third down, it's Hurts. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive. They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. 7-3 is our score. More for Minneapolis right after this. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They have 1st and 10. They go play action on first down. Forced out to his right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. That's his man, Felton. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A gain of 26 yards there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Pat to 60, pat to 60. 70, Timberwolves. Warriors, 70.
Pass play coming here. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. A fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Free rear, get him, go get him.
Working now from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings now lead by 10. They'll try this extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. A costly unforced error, and they get flagged for roughing the kicker. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Motioning right is Egbuka. On first down, Hurts. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down. Great team defense here. Got to him right as he was about to let that football fly, Brock, and the hit leads to a pick by their safety.
And an easy pick at that one, Kate. Not take anything away from who actually intercepted it, but that turnover was all about the guys up front. The one thing I love about today's game in analytics, we got more than just sacks. We get QB pressures, we get QB hits because we've seen the impact they can have, an impact that was felt right there with that INT. This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
They're going to try and throw it here. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They give up the gut to Bigsby. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. But he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
And the Vikings, first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Bigsby has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Again, it's Bigsby. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. Third down.
It's now third.
Now we get to a very interesting call on third down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
Come on. Set. Pat to 60. Pat.
He's keeping it, trying to get it forward. And this is going to end behind the line block. A great stop down in close. Now let's see if they want to risk it here on 4th and goal.
Okay, you could just kind of feel it. That was a challenge this defense took personally. You want to run it at us? You're going to try to run it at me? I'm going to stuff it before you get started.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it extends their lead to 14.
You know they're upset to finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On first and 10, it's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's second down coming up. Hurts now from the gun. Cut out left. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Hurts on first down. Catch made left side by Abuka. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
It's Hurts once again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Hurts throwing again. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Going deep here for the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes the play.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. You got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
37-yard line.
We've set it down from the 37.
18, Robert. 18.
They'll run here from the gun. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Working quickly here.
Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out of bounds as the game gets this down inside the 35. He picks up 15 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
First down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Back on 80. Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Jump off, caught by his back. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Only need the smallest little bit of yardage here. It is 2nd and inches.
Come on. Hit. Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready.
Now looking to throw. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Let's see how that last incompletion affects this 3rd down call.
Here we go.
He's able to hit Felton. This is close. He's going to be touchdown as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Gain of 2.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first.
First down.
They'll have 2 left to work with before
1st and
halftime.
10 at the 22-yard line.
On the ready.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Back now, pressure coming. Caught near the goal line. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives them a first and goal.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
19 lock, ready?
He's not going to be able to escape, and down he goes. Now the Vikings use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, now this is certainly going to make second and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. But give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating. It's going to make it a more difficult.
And for the moment, so that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. PAT effort coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings stretch their lead to 21. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Young on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Go, touch it. Hey, let's go. Trim it.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And that's good for a gain of 5. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Looking to throw. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. Young on the return. Escapes a defender. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over. First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10.
Great. Set. Anyway.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets up the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Read option on first down. He's going to keep it. And keeping the zone read costs him. He takes a hit, loses some yards, too.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cave, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another kid at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Trimmer.
Motioning right is Egbuka. Hurts with it on third and short. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
They don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred it loose. Incomplete. It arrived, and the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, they kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. He finds Brown right side. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down, Houston. Running back sets in motion. From the pistol, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. Got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Fits it through the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
First down, Desperados.
Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
A loss of 12 yards. It's second down.
They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw. Hurts. Inside, this is Egbuka. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here he goes, third and long. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. Jake Elliott's on now to attempt this field goal. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Elliott connects there. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You hate to see this on fourth down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Vikings take over as he records his 10th career INT.
When chances to score have been so few and far between for